What's up, Salmon Squad? I am TheGameSalmon, and welcome back to Midnight Evil. So, looking at the comments of my last video, a lot of people want me to change the game to narrate mode, and I will, just not for this playthrough. Two reasons. One, I'm getting over a cold right now, and I literally get winded from talking too much, and so I might just keel over and pass out if I change it to narrate mode right now. And number two, I kind of want to just play through the game without narrate mode, just so I can get a feel for the game, and then maybe I'll do a live stream where I will actually read through it, particularly when I feel just better physically. Alright, let's play the game. On to chapter 4, I think. I think we're on chapter 4. Toastbusters! I ain't afraid of no toast. Alright, let's get to it. Chapter 4.
Colin wanted to tell his friends about the Earthlings, but I begged him to keep it a secret. If anyone...
Alright, they're already moving pretty fast.
If anyone knew that my grandmother had passed down her druidic teachings, it would only take one person to scream, "Witch," and I would be as good as dead.
Like, I think we're to a point where I have to read a sentence and then look up.
I agreed and kept my secret. I mixed a potion that would catch fire when touched by the tiniest flame. Surely this would send it screaming to the underworld.
Oh, okay, we are gonna have some fun today. Try again. Okay, that's my first death. And I know there's 7 chapters total, so, okay.
To tell his friends
I got this.
He sat quietly in his bed and waited, knowing he mustn't look them in the eye.
Easy.
He must let it attack, for this would be the only way to get close to it.
Jesus Christ!
Just after the stroke of midnight, he began to hear them chuckling and shuffling around in the dark. Clutching the potion bottle, hands trembling, he lowered his gaze and braced himself.
Am I gonna hear a sound effect every time? It just seems like I'm hearing a sound before the guys attack me.
Sure enough, one of them leapt from his bookshelf and sank its teeth into the flesh of his arm.
Ah! Jesus! Back off! Be gone, evil demon. There you go. Get out of here.
He screamed and unstopped the bottle, emptying the contents over the green Urkling.
Get out.
It tore a tiny round chunk from his arm and gulped it down just as Colin shoved a candle right into its face.
Oh, Colin! You brave boy.
It lit up like a torch and made a horrific, high-pitched scream as it ran around the room trying to put itself out.
Uh-oh, where are you? Okay, usually the red ones appear like about 4 times, but I guess we're safe.
The curtains caught fire as 4 more Urklings sprung out from their hiding places. Colin ran outside, screaming and cradling his blood-soaked arm.
Oh, Jesus.
His parents soon joined him outside in a panic, trying to figure out what had happened.
We good? We're good.
Just then, a tiny fireball came racing through the doorway and zigzagged towards the woods. I grabbed an empty glass jar from my cupboard and ran after it. The jar made a...
Let me check around real quick, sorry.
The jar made a thunk sound as it landed over the flaming Urkling, and the fire quickly went out.
Come on, eyes, don't strain yourself!
To my horror, this thing wasn't dead. It didn't even look like it was dying. So...
Not good. Get out of here. I know we're almost done with chapter 4.
Though blackened from the being set ablaze, it was just as spunky as ever.
Turn the page.
I quickly scooped up the jar and screwed the lid on. As I made my way back, some of the villagers were trying to put out the fire inside the house, and others were tending to Colin's arm, telling him that it must have been a rat.
It must have been just a giant rat. Don't worry about it, Colin. Oh.
I've never seen a rat quite like this, I shouted, and held the jar up high so everyone could see. The instant they all looked in my direction, their jaws dropped open, and Colin's face lit up for the first time since he'd lost his sister.
Okay.
He knew everyone finally saw that he had been telling the truth all along, and they all felt terribly ashamed for not believing him in the first place.
So close to being done.
Unfortunately, the joy of this small victory was short-lived.
Oh, Jesus. Get out. Okay.
For over the next 3 days, we tried every method we could think of to kill the little wretch, but no matter what horrific thing we did, it wouldn't die.
Done. Ha! There we go. Radio call.
IGS-FM 98.7 Game Talk. Hello, darkness. I'm your host, Nick Gloom, in for Nate tonight, as we dive deep into Game Talk. Sorry about those technical issues we experienced last hour. I think Janet might have fallen asleep. For those of you that missed it, we were having an interesting discussion about game difficulty and learning curves. You know, Nate likes Dragons and Dungeons, but apparently I'm dumb for thinking it's too difficult. Apparently, kids can play it. So what do I know? Kinda like my work in progress, Evil Midnight, which, as I mentioned earlier, if you weren't around, is going to be more of a horror game. I'm not really sure, but I would imagine, in a game like that, confusing the player could be an evil tactic. Something like grooming them up to expect one thing, and then yank the rug out, so to speak.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, I'm rambling. Hello, caller, you're on Game Talk. Must have lost him. Hello,
Shut up,
caller,
phone.
you're on Game Talk. Very funny, guys. Caller, you're on Game Talk.
Okay. Okay. That was all super concerning. I think the game is gonna try to trick me this night, or this chapter, rather.
First, we tried drowning it. We even had
Am I already hearing noises?
the priest bring us holy water when water from the well didn't work. We cut off its head, but as soon as we snipped its neck, the head grew a new body, and the body grew a new head.
Oh.
Then
They can multiply?
we had 2 angry Erklings in jars. It was immune to every kind of poison that we knew of. It could heal quickly from any cuts it sustained. Even
Get out of here. Oh, that was the pale one.
we even tried squashing it flat, but it would just puff back up in a matter of a few minutes.
Okay, so we gotta worry about the pale ones now.
By this point, the Erklings had infested every corner of the village.
Get out. Okay. Now I'm a little worried about the pale ones. Oh, come on, eyes. Stop straining.
Parents had to stand guard over their sleeping children. Between the stroke of midnight and the first light of dawn, they became absolutely ravenous.
Okay.
It appeared that there was nothing else we could do. As much as I hated the thought of disturbing my grandmother, I knew that she was the only one that might be able to give me any insight as to how I could get rid of them.
Get out.
I asked Colin to meet me in secret at her grave. I brought grandmother's old spirit board with me, which had every letter of the alphabet on it.
I'm trying to be relatively quiet because I really want to, like, read the story.
Colin and I placed a small glass cup upside down in the center of the board and waited.
Oh, stop it.
The idea was that her spirit would guide the cup to the letters, and in doing so, spell out a message to me. Grandmother, I spoke aloud.
An Erkling hasn't appeared in a while.
I really need your help. Speak to us. Your magic is the only thing that can save these children.
Alright, I'm not a big fan of the pale ones. I'm sure they're gonna be tricky in some way, shape, or form.
We waited, but we were met with only silence. Please, grandmother, I pleaded. I don't know what to do. I would do anything to save these children, anything. Just tell me what to do, please. I begged her to answer me, but the glass didn't move and no answer would come from the spirit board that night.
Get out.
As we snuck back to the village, we were greeted with the news of 3 more deaths.
Oh, Jesus. Are they only attacking children, or are they attacking adults as well?
The widow Adams had fallen asleep guarding her 3 little ones.
Get out. Get out. No. Right now, the red ones are the most annoying.
She always worked so hard, toiling in the fields from dawn until dusk to make sure her family was fed.
Jesus.
After she lost her husband to sickness, she was the only caretaker for her children. Now they were gone too, and she was truly alone. As I lay in my bed crying, I felt responsible for what was happening. I hadn't paid much attention as a child when my grandmother tried to teach me the old ways.
Get out of here, pale one. Oh, Jesus. Come on.
If I had been a better student, I could have spared my people so much misery and death. Eventually, I drifted off to sleep. It was only then that my grandmother finally came to me in a dream and told me what I must do if I wanted to rid the village of the Earthlings once and for all.
This should be the last line.
But their imprisonment would come at a terrible price.
Ha! Done. Oh, I thought the door was going to slam or something. Okay. Woo! Before we end the video, we're going to check out a couple more extras that we just unlocked. Rallis is of the Acromdus tribe. His tribe are the most intellectual of the known tribes, and they're believed to have telepathic powers. Acromdus tribe are colorless due to their dwelling under the earth and nocturnal behavior. Being blind, they use their hair to see their surroundings. You can tell their age based on the number of stripes in their hair. A mysterious stone that was dropped by Gulos. There seems to be some strange energy coming from it. This may be some kind of ancient rune. Are there stones I need to be finding? That is going to be the ending to the part 2 of Midnight Evil, and I will be giving you part 3, the ending to Midnight Evil, very, very soon. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please click on the end cards at the end of this video. Also be sure to like and subscribe. Go out there and make someone's day. Be happy, stay happy, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.